Hi Scorpio, this is Luciani Porte. I'm here to give you your weekly spiritual forecast. Thank you so much for coming to this channel. If you like it, please subscribe, click like, share, say hey. And let's get right into it. This is for December 17th to December 23rd. So Spirit, Source, what is the message for Scorpio for December 17th to December 23rd? What is the overall message for Scorpio for December 17th to December 23rd? Right. I'm seeing something that you, Scorpio, I see that there's some sort of thing you came out of, right? Now, keep in mind this is a general reading, but we have 5 of Earth in the reverse, and to begin your reading, to let me know that, hey, there's some sort of regained that you received, some kind of money, a new employment, good companionship, new interests in spiritual matters or business. And it's beautiful because you feel like justice was served. This is Justice card, Shango. Justice in traditional tarot, meaning that there was some sort of justice that you finally received, an awakening, a change in position, some sort of renewal. Also, you know, you just feeling like you're blending with the universe now. Now you have the 9 of Earth in the reverse in your present sector. You feel like there's some sort of loss, though, at the same time. Even though that you're feeling, you know, through everything that there's such a beautiful, like, justice that's occurring, you're also feeling like there's some sort of, I would say you either feel like there's a loss of a friendship that happened, or you're either ghosting someone or they're ghosting you, or some kind of dissipation. But ultimately, this also means bad faith. Like, do you have faith in what's going on in your life? Is it because there's someone in your environment that could be having some kind of callous character, or some sort of corruption in their character, or some kind of like unethical accomplishments that are going on, that you might feel bound by the material over the spiritual, or feeling like you're bounded, or feeling really intense. You could be dealing with a Capricorn, or dealing with another earth sign, an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. But I'm definitely seeing some kind of intense feelings about some kind of bound. Are you bound, or you're feeling really intense about some kind of decision that has to be made with money relations? Do you guys have some kind of money situation that's going on that it's not moving as fast as you can, or you're starting to like become unfaithful to the fact that it will come to pass? I don't know. I'm gonna clarify, but you do have the 2 of water that comes comes in. This is a balance card. This is harmonious. If you are in a relationship with an earth sign, you might just be going through maybe some, I guess, some intense times where you're looking to get some finances in order to create this triumphant, like, you are going to regain at the very end of it. And the point of reference is that you regain everything. You regain your position and power. It's just that you might yet again need vitality for this. You have the message of fire in your spirit advice sector, meaning that there's time, there's some sort of time that you have to it has some kind of energy. Don't lose hope, Scorpio. Whatever this is, start creating some more faith in. And really, I don't know if this is your behavior or someone else's, but the corruption of character, some kind of character needs to be aligned and ethical, because the judgment card is here, Shango's here. It means that there is going to be success when you make correct judgments, fairness, and also don't lose hope. This also means that, you know, making sure that you're listening to people's advice, maybe getting some strength within yourself and others, kind of like in living your optimism, because you have, you know, here like a loss of hope and a loss of faith, in which case it might be time for you to look at things in a way where it is hopeful, it is optimism, there is a regain of what you receive. There is balance and harmony here. What you might be constantly reflecting on is fertility. Someone could possibly, you might be reflecting on pregnancy. Someone could possibly be pregnant. You might be reflecting on something to come into fruition, something to be birthed into the world. It could be an idea, project, material success. But at the same time, that material success, you don't want to feel bound by it. I'm seeing this fertile, beautiful energy, but you don't want to be bound by it. Bound meaning that, you know, make sure you're picking the spirituality over the material. You know, always at the end of the day, just for balance sake, you don't want to be bound by, you know, the intense feelings of I have to bound myself into work and the obligation my whole life so that we can birth something into the universe or regain position in the world. No, you don't want to do that. You want to also keep in mind this harmony, this balance within yourself, because you don't want to slip. And when you start being bound by stuff, you start the corruption of character. Things that you wouldn't normally do, you start doing just to kind of create that unethical success. And I guess the spirits are warning that of you. The outcast in reverse here, what is going to change is that something becomes ambivalent. You might, yet again, this is, I wouldn't necessarily say this is a balance card. I would more or less say that this is a card where it's extreme. It's either you're extremely, extremely happy one day, and then there's another day where you're extremely, extremely sad one day. Or there's one day where you feel like extremely giving one day, and then another day you don't want to give no one nothing. It's just hoarding of what you have. This can also be psychological. One day you could be feeling really, really good. Another day that you feel like really, really violent or really, really self-effacing. So, you know, you don't want to be too cynical. Also, I see character. To be honest with you, Scorpio, I see correction of character. I see someone's character is corrupt. Some kind of corrupt character that they have to correct. A weak character is a defeat that under critical circumstances certainly leads to disastrous consequences. There is a void that nothing can fill. Meaning that correcting your some sort of character, something within your state of consciousness is corrupt, or someone around you is being really corrupt and have like this beautiful energy, but at the same time they have some really corruptive energy at the same time. So at the end of your reading, you have message from water, which is saying that this could be a water sign, another Scorpio, Pisces, or Cancer, or this could be somebody in your life, or somebody was in your life, or this is you, in terms of cardinal desires, unethical triumph, failure in different things in different levels, failure in your thoughts and determinations. So this also can be unrealized fantasies and dreams. This, yet again, character came up and unethical came up in basically the majority of this reading, letting me know that something or someone is very unethical. Someone is very, very corruptive in their thought process. They might seem like they're such a beautiful person, but at the same time, they give off this really demonic, bad omen type of energy, and you might have to watch out for that. Or this could be your energy, where one day you are extremely, you see the beautiful harmony and the essence of fertility and being gracious in agreements and justice and making proper decisions, but at the same time it's like a loss of hope and a loss of faith, and it's like you might be start turning into unethical ways of going about doing things that can get you, I guess, the success you're looking for to regain your position. This also can mean that someone could be really into the cardinal desires in relationships, or in relationships or love sectors, that is truly, they're bound by their addictions. So just be really mindful of those kind of energies. I'm going to clarify, though, just to give you a clear understanding. Oh, okay. So, wow, that's beautiful. All right, cool. Wow. So it is so clear to me that you feel imprisoned, bound, really in a relationship that, yes, is harmonious, is beautiful, but at the same time, you feel like there's like ropes and chains around you. There's some kind of bondage that is here, that you feel like sometimes you're a victim of some things that occur in a relationship, or an agreement, or some kind of disharmony. You might not feel like you're being heard in a relationship. And in order to regain your position, it seems like you might have to take a journey of self, of higher self. This is the Six of Air, meaning that it's time to you go by water. Maybe if you could take a boat ride, if you can. I know it's winter time, or connect back with the water element, but literally taking a voyage, taking some kind of trip, whether it's in your mind or some kind of passage away from the difficulties. Getting away from the difficulties. There's going to be success that's occurring, Scorpio, but it's going to come after the anxiety of it. Also, you know, just being really, really getting away from your difficulties. And that difficulty looks like um, the lack of hope. Okay, um, this seventh earth that's, you know, that's here is saying that, hey, you might need to start working a little bit more diligently on your crafts. You might be also, yet again, anxiety is coming up. This is anxious for money. This is great anxiety over money. You feel like there's little gain after so much work you've done, and you're feeling that loss. And you're feeling that throughout time. You're feeling like, yes, I want justice to be served on the losses that I'm taking. You might be feeling like you're not really there, like where you want to be in life materially wise. And this is looking like money situations here, because there's so much earth here, and it's just coming out in terms of like where you're at financially. And you really want great justice off the fact that you might feel like there's obstacles that are going on. Or this could also be unwillingness to learn that the justice is here to help you overcome the unwillingness that it might be occurring. You might be unwilling to learn, or there might be obstacles in studies. Um, there could be, you know, a lack of something that, you know, the justice card is there to say, hey, even though you're feeling this burden, I'm here to let you know that you're about to really gain. And in the future, it says this. Now, keep in mind, you could transform any behavior that helps you, assist you in any unethical way. If you have somebody in your life that's very unethical or have corrupted character, that can be easily changed by thinking about someone else. By literally might be going out and just feeding someone, a homeless person, thinking about someone outside yourself. Stop thinking all of this anxiety surrounding this financial situation that you're feeling really burdensome and anxious and hopeless, and faith is dwindling. Instead of feeling that, because it is causing, that alone is a low vibration of feeling hopeless, feeling no faith. That's a low vibrating energy frequency. And if you are able to actually look outside of yourself in this situation and even give still from an abundant place, whether it's a shirt or it doesn't, you know, whatever it is from your heart, you can actually weather this corrupted low vibe energy that you feel bound to. You feel really bound to it. Now you have 3 of fire here, which is letting me know that there is some sort of something that just started, you know, something, there's some sort of strength. I think you're dealing with a Capricorn because it's intense, and someone might be feeling like they bring you strength. Also, some kind of commerce, established strength. You're receiving help from successful merchants. So it's just letting me know that you're receiving some sort of high income like success from this really intense person. Or once you unbound yourself from the materialism of it, then you can receive this abundance, because your spirit advice is saying the same thing. Once you stop losing hope and actually regaining some energy and into these beautiful projects, look at this. This is the 10 of Earth. This is the best card, I believe, in the whole deck. That is a wealth card. You receive wealth. You receive wealth, and soon as some kind of character has to be established, because you're recalling on success. You're recalling on being a very, something that's very futile, or something you want, it's like you're recalling on being a strategist, a great thinker, you know, really recalling on it, and subconsciously that your will has to be extremely strong for something to be birthed into this universe, that you really want to be very fruitile as well as abundant. And the fourth earth is what will occur. The ambivalence between the two extremes here is that you might want to weather these two extremes by kind of honing in on some beautiful, beautiful agreements that you can make with other people. In terms of, let's say, I would say this also means, wow, okay, so this also means clinging to material possessions. This also means the love of earthly power. This is ungenerous character, okay? Okay, so even though you could change into some really great behavior, some really great changes are here for you. I see abundance here. I see you winning after you, but I don't see you winning this abundance, Scorpio, until you check your character. Character is so apparent here. Some sort of character has to be in check. Character of being being very selfish, or not thinking about others, because as soon as you start thinking about others, you start opening up your own world to your own abundance. But once you're like hoarding your earthly riches or whatever you receive, you hold on to it, or there's some sort of bondage towards earthly structures and the love of it. It seems like the more you do that, the more you're not going to receive it. Okay? It's actually the quite opposite here. The more you give, the actual more you receive, I'm seeing here. And the point of reference is, in order for you to regain, is to go to your higher mind, is to let your struggles behind. Whatever you're struggling with, it could possibly be some sort of character flaw that you might have to leave behind so that you can regain your position back in life. Maybe giving, I'm seeing, can help with, changing the will here in terms of receiving your abundance, not losing any hope. Creating faith around things can also help with you gaining this abundance here, because at the very end of your reading you have a goon. In traditional tarot is I believe he is either, he's not the Justice card, he is the Chariot, I'm sorry. So the Chariot being at the very end of the reading, it lets me know that, okay, that is still, you're still 7, right? Chariot is ruler of 7 in tarot, which means that there's some sort of conquest or success that occurs. You have triumphant over money difficulties, okay? There's an advantage here that you can take, but you got to also keep in mind that you got to either have faith and also character, not going into the cardinal desires so much. What you believe that's going to bring happiness might not even be happiness for you, Scorpio. So you might have to change your perception of what you believe is actual wealth. And I'm seeing actual wealth is given to others, is to do not be selfish at all. It seems like it's going to be counterproductive for you. It's going to hold you up in terms of what energy is looking to provide you. Spirit guides is looking to give you wealth. It is here, right here. So that is the message I have for you guys. If you like it, please subscribe, drop a comment, throw a thumbs up to it. And I'll be doing these weekly tarots every week. So I'll be seeing you guys next week. All right. Take care. Bye.